What's
Now
up?
we're getting the official ones.
right.
First, I want to congratulate you on all your hard-earned success. You've been at it for quite a while, and it's nice to see someone from our area rise to the top where you're at right now.
We'll see. It's a never-ending struggle.
Well,
Ask me in 3 days. It may not be the case, but we're feeling good about Terminator and feeling good that Chuck got picked up for season 3. Supernatural's back. Got a new show on Fox called Human Target, but right now all the energy's going into Terminator Salvation.
How long have you been at the helm of Wonderland Sound for?
I don't know. I mean, I started the company right after the first Charlie's Angels picture, and I'm very interested in creating a bit of a united artist shape where you build a community of great directors, great writers, great actors, and we all come together to make the film and the television shows and the music that we're most passionate about, either with the existing studio system or outside the studio system. And it's great for me to meet all the fresh new voices. That's how I met Josh Schwartz, who we did the OC together with.
What did you see this year at the Newport Beach Film Festival? Did you see any new voices? Was there anything that attracted you to further conversations?
Yeah, I liked Lime Life, and I liked this kid, Stefan Jeremias, very much, who did the Echo Beach documentary. So very interested there, and I've always got my eyes open, looking for new talent, and they've done a great job with that festival. And it's growing strong, and Lee Steinberg is a great supporter, and Greg does a good job with the whole thing. And it's wonderful because there's much more of a vibrant artistic community in Newport Beach and in Orange County in general than people might imagine. I'm old enough to remember the Reagan 80s, which were a wonderful time for the arts as well, but now I think everybody's been freed a little bit to pursue their passion, and you see a great many designers coming out of here, musicians coming out of here, filmmakers and storytellers in general. It's wonderful.
Excellent. In reference to the Terminator, I've heard you say the phrase, "We honored you, the audience," several times while you were at the festival. What are the difficulties of working within the confines of people's preconceived notions of how a film should be?
Well, people are very passionate about those first Terminator pictures, most particularly the first two, including myself. They've shaped my whole aesthetic as a filmmaker. So in beginning a new installation, I wanted to make sure that we showed maximum respect for the audience. I didn't want to make a fourth Terminator film. I thought the story had been told, but it was the idea of telling the story in the future, after Judgment Day, after the bombs have gone off, that I thought was an interesting point of entry. And we decided to go for it, and then I just got about the business of populating the film with credible, talented people, just like Christian Bale, the great Stan Winston, who designed all the machines, Jonah Nolan, who wrote the script. People start to hear about that, and they want to take a closer look, and they feel like the film may indeed be worthwhile.
I understand that someone mentioned that you should look into casting Sam Worthington. Can you tell us a little bit about that, how that came about?
Well, I saw a film called Somersault, a little independent movie that he was in, and I thought he was quite good, and I wanted to meet him because I knew he was a tough guy, a bricklayer from Western Australia. And he showed up and he had 2 bags. He had a bag full of clothes, and he had a bag full of books. And that was the totality of his possessions. I thought that was kind of charming, and then we got to talking about the character, talking about acting, talking about filmmaking. And in very short order, it became perfectly clear he was one for the job, and I think in the scene where the two of them come face to face in the film, you see the power of Sam Worthington, and I think we're going to hear a lot about him for a long time.
Excellent. I also read in an interview that you mentioned you're heavily influenced by Hitchcock's Rope. Can you explain that a little bit? What homage maybe we'll see in this film to it, or is there parallels that we'll see?
Yeah, I don't like action films that have a great deal of cuttiness in the interest of creating action. I wanted to stage the action and block it in a certain way where we held in very long shots that never gave the audience a chance to escape. So you'll see 2 and 3 minute shots, even in the body of an action sequence, that are all one shot, no cuts. And that's an example of the influence that Hitchcock had on me, with, of course, the great picture Rope, and a great many other examples. Scorsese does it a lot, and I think it's a wonderful way to keep you on, in a great heightened state of tension and very much involved in the picture, because cuts seem to let you off the hook, and I wanted people to stay very involved in the picture.
It's a journey making a film. You go to hell and back sometimes. What positive aspects of yourself did you discover in making this film? Or better put, how did you grow as a person? You're not the same guy you were when you started out. No, you have to experience a great deal of duress and a great deal of difficulty, and you have to have the will to overcome, which is why I watch the documentary about the making of Apocalypse Now every time I'm about to begin making a movie. Hearts of Darkness, I watch it and I look at
how much they had to overcome in the spirit of making that picture. And I believe if they can do it, hopefully I can do it. Gives me a great deal of inspiration, and I'm willing to deal with the incredible lows that go with making a film and the inexplicable highs. Both are real. You never know. You get good reviews, you get bad reviews, you have good days, you have bad days. You have to stay very focused on your vision and see it through, and then take the good with the bad, and hopefully you've managed to reach a great many people. And again, always operate from a place of respect for the passionate.
Right around the first time that you, around the first Charlie's Angels, we had a special at the festival that was your music videos.
Right.
Can you tell us about what that experience was like to a young filmmaker at that time, who your body of work isn't as well known to a wide audience? Showcasing that here, what was that experience like?
Well, it's funny because making music videos usually gives filmmakers a bad name. And it should with great regularity, because most music videos are awful. But some music videos are the cutting edge of exciting filmmaking. And now we're living in an age where, you know, the film that received the most Academy Award nominations was The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. It was made by David Fincher, who is a music video director. I think we all like the films of Michel Gondry, we all like the films of Spike Jonze, and I'm humbled and honored to be a part of that community that we all cut our teeth pushing a great deal of film through the camera, trying to develop our own imprint. And out of all those guys that I mentioned, no two are alike. And I think that's hats off to just the idea of shooting a great deal of film and never stopping.
During the festival, I was fortunate enough to be sitting down when you were showing your preview footage, and the audio went out.
Yeah.
What a killer time. We had the cameras rolling while you were speaking, and then you jumped up, the audio goes out, you jumped up and said, "I can narrate this." and you did for 5 minutes, and you had the audience laugh. It was a real solid connection was made between you and the audience. It seems like your passion hasn't waned for the project. I saw you talking to everyone about it, and you're just excited. Can you tell me why your passion, where that passion comes from? And on top of that, where is that passion leading you next?
Well, hopefully it's leading me to becoming a better storyteller and a better, more proficient filmmaker as I move down the path of my career. But to me, it's always come very naturally. I've always loved film, I've always loved music. I haven't had to trick myself into loving it. I'm not interested in the traditional trappings of Hollywood. I like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting in a white Econoline van, going out to the location, freezing, and trying to make something happen that as of that morning didn't exist, and that night does indeed exist, and if done properly, will touch the whole world. So to me, it's a dream come true, and it comes very naturally to be very passionate.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the interaction between yourself and the festival? How did that come about, and would you recommend that to other filmmakers?
Absolutely, I'm passionate about the festival. I think it's growing every year. I think Greg Schwenk does a great job. I think the amount of volunteers that you see year in, year out come out to support the team is a testament to the strength of the festival, and that what a great job everybody's doing. People are having a great time. It's a great way to discover new voices. It's a very collaborative, artistic community, and I expect it will grow from year to year. It's a wonderful thing.
Last but not least, can you give us a little glimpse of what's next for yourself? Are we looking at another installment of the Terminator series? Are we looking at 20,000 Leagues Underneath the Sea? What do we have?
It depends. Right now I'm prepping 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea out at Disney. It's a very important picture in the house of Walt Disney because originally Walt Disney was known for animated fare. And in 1954 he took a big chance and made this live action picture, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And he was rewarded for doing so. So remaking it is a very serious responsibility. So we want to pay it a great deal of respect and bring it up to speed for today's audiences, and obviously put people in touch with the source material of Jules Verne. I'm also looking at a Broadway musical called Spring Awakening, which swept the Tonys and is effectively a tragedy. It's a bit of a love story or a Splendor in the Grass for today's generation, and I think every generation deserves that sort of story. And of course, if the Terminator responds the way we're hoping it will, Christian and I have planned on a 5th and a 6th movie that continues to tell the story of Skynet and of John Connor and how Marcus Wright got to be the guy he is, so we'll see.
I think that's pretty much it what we have for you today. I
Delighted.
appreciate your time, and best of luck with everything with the film. I'm really excited about it personally. I grew up on it, and, it's...
Me too.
Hey.